Right. All right, everybody. We are live with my brother Taj here. Hey, how's it going, man? Glad we could have you on board, man.
Hello, Professor Berkeley. Thanks for having me.
Nice, nice. So for everybody that I would do want to apologize for this sudden interview, but this is the only time we can get this man on board. He is the busy guy. Taj, let's just jump straight into it, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and what kind of got you into the ATM business.
All right, cool. So a little bit about myself. Like I recently graduated college and I decided to go into banking. And then I realized quickly enough that this environment really doesn't support the type of nature or the type of lifestyle that I want. So I wanted to pursue something on the side. And I found through the internet that this was something that I want to consider doing with Professor Berkeley.
Nice, nice. Now, did you come through find me on YouTube or Facebook? Like, how did you find this?
Yes, actually, I was playing around on YouTube and I decided to click one of those ads, and the rest is history.
Nice, man. Nice. Hey, now we were just talking, man. You're actually one of the OGs of the company. Like, we've changed so much since you first came on board. So I think this will be an interesting interview as well. So could you tell us just a little bit about your experience with working with us? Like, how was the process? Was it complicated? Was it easy? Just, be completely honest.
No, not at all. So I think it was about one or two calls that we had, the initial 15-minute call.
Yep.
So you could evaluate whether my goals and the things that I wanted met what you was able to provide. And then the second call was literally executing the transaction to start. So I would say, no, it took as little as, I'd say less than an hour between the two calls.
Nice, nice. And then in terms of from the time that you actually got like your bank account and everything set up, after we work with you and just kind of walk you through that whole process, actually tell people about getting your bank account open. Like, did you have any struggles with that? Did you get it on the first try, the 30th try, or anything in between? Like, what happened with that?
So very interesting. So um, as far as I remember, I believe there was a few documents that laid out the very sentences, like the phrases that are used to really captivate who you're speaking to. So not to share too much, but basically there's a few phrases that you do want to use and a few phrases that you don't want to use. And I noticed once I listened and once I decided to say, you know what, I'm going to use this approach, it worked. And it worked on the third try. My first try, I used my verbiage and it did not
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
And then second time again, and then the third time, as soon as I used exactly what was on the documents, we started the bank account. So I want to
Nice.
say for sure, like it didn't take 30 tries, but once you follow the
Hey.
system, it works.
Hey, that's what I tell people. I say, if you haven't tried 30 times, you're not trying, because that's how long it took me. It took me like 20, 30 tries back in the day when I first got started. So I have tried my hardest to put together something so when you guys watch it, you guys can get it done relatively quickly. So that's
Yeah,
good to
thank
hear,
you.
man. I'm glad you said that because a lot of people will and are still having trouble getting their bank accounts open. And it seems like such a minor thing, but it's just the way that this industry is. Sometimes banks are hesitant. They're worried about money laundering, things like that. So there's always a way around it, and we're the guys that teach it. Now, when it comes to the actual location, right? So you got the bank account set up and all of that. How did that process work? Like, how long did it take for us to find your first location?
So I believe the guarantee was 30 days or something like
Yeah,
that,
it's like
but
yeah, 36 days.
it was like about 5 days actually, or something like 5 or 7 days, about a week. And that location turned out to be a really good location. It 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 was a little bit further than what I thought, but after realizing, okay, hey, that's a trade-off for success, I was very pleased with its performance.
Mhm. And with this location, I know that we did have a little bit of trouble with it at first. Like, can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, so the location actually was doing like 1 to 2 transactions, and I was thinking, hey, that's a little too low. And a few clients actually, well, clients who were the end users of the machine, they spoke to the site location managers and said, hey, this machine is a little too pricey. We need to access more of our funds because the limits were a little low. And we needed to come down, you need to come down on that fee. That's what they were saying to the site location manager. So after hearing a lot of the feedback, I decided it's time for us to pivot and we have to raise the limit a little bit higher. And we also have to lower the fee. And once we did that, like transactions was doing like 100 a month. We were doing like 100 a month since then. So I would say
Nice.
that pivot allowed us to expand our business.
I love that. Let's go, man. And this
Thanks.
is really something that I want everybody to hear. And this is the reason why I wanted to bring Taj on, is because I'm not the guy that's going to sugarcoat everything and say that everything is going to be, puppies and rainbows right out the gate, because that's not how business works. And I want to bring people on there that's going to tell the raw story. Like, yeah, we got the location right on the first try, but we weren't sure, because there's always two aspects to this. Is the business going to be profitable? And if it can be profitable, what are some of the other circumstances that would make it more profitable, less profitable, etc.? And in this situation, the location was profitable. It had the potential, but we needed to pivot and we needed to make that change. We went from $0, 0 transactions a month to over 100 transactions a month every single month, just from making one simple change. And that's just how this industry goes, man. So how's the business? Because so you've had the business now for what? It's been about what, 5-6 months now, I want to
Correct,
say,
correct. Mhm.
and it's still going strong.
Going strong.
Nice, man. Now we were talking about you work long hours. So tell us kind of about what it's like, because you decided that you wanted to fill your own machine. So what is that process like, even though you work long hours?
So the process is it's very simple. So what I usually do is I go to the bank early in the morning. So I'm the first one online. I don't go to the machine. I go to the teller because, there's limits on the machine. So,
Mhm.
and
Right,
then,
right, right, right. And you
and
got money, you got lots of money to pull out, man. You got a profitable machine, man.
yeah, so that, and then after work, I decide, you know what, this is the best time for me to go because usually there's less people in the site when you're later in the day. So you want to go when the site is closing. You want to handle all of your business as quickly as possible, so you're in and out. So I would say the travel, the the 5 to 10 minutes of placing the money in the machine, it really doesn't take long to do. And if you're doing this correctly, you should be doing this at least once a week. It could be more, but um, it depends on your schedule. So my schedule allows me to um, do it like once a week. If we get to that level where we're doing it once a month, even better. But again, like you do want to make sure this is something that fits into your schedule.
100%. And I mean, what are your current hours now, if you don't mind me asking, your work schedule?
Work schedule, including travel time, I would say it's 8 all the way to 8. So 12
Oh
hours.
crap. Oh man, brother. Hey, those are entrepreneur hours, man. That's how long, that's what time I get up and what time I go into sleep a lot of times.
Mhm.
Man, oh man. So tell me a little bit more about, like, what do you feel your future holds for you? Like, do you feel like because you just have the one machine now, is very profitable. You definitely have everything you need to scale up. So, what's the next goals, man? Like, what's the next plans?
So I do have to correct you on that one, Thomas, or Professor Berkeley. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Um, we actually have two machines, and I want to
Oh,
say
okay.
thanks.
Hey.
uh, but thanks to the site location manager, he actually put in a good word with some of his friends, and that happens when you're working really well with the site, and you have good customer service. Like the
Yep.
company pretty much represents through our clients. We were able to expand thanks to our clients. So I want to say like that second location, it's not as lucrative However, I
It
will
was free. It was free.
yes, so
Yeah.
um yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that, man. Free love. Everybody loves free. And by what I always say, customer service, a proper customer service, establishing a relationship with the business owner that you're working with, they will refer you to their friends, their family, their colleagues. And yes, maybe their location that they were refer you to might not be the most profitable, but hey, it's free. You're making something and you didn't have to pay for that location. You didn't have to do any extra work to get it. All you did was provide, fantastic customer service. So that is freaking awesome. So now that you have those two locations, what's next, man? Tell me what's next.
So what's next is actually continuing like through the hours. Eventually we want to expand. When I say expand, I want to use the retained earnings to continue. So we want to have that compounding effect. And I would like to continuously work with Professor Berkeley and his team. And yeah, that's what the future looks like it holds for us.
Nice, man. So, and let's talk about, like, I know you guys have a really close knit family. So, how are they kind of participating in this? Like, are they going to be helping you scale as well, or are they kind of like supporting you from the sidelines? Like, what's kind of going on with that?
So I'll keep it very simple. OPM.
Other people's money. Love it, man. Love it. Love it. So overall, man, so would you say that how would you kind of grade the performance and just like of the process that, from the time that you came into the program to actually getting your first location, like on the scale of 1 to 10, like where would you put us?
So if you're saying 10 being really good and one being poor,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely 10. Absolutely 10. The system is robust. Like I said before, the conversations that we had to initiate this program or this business in a sense, it was less than an hour. That's one. Two, the guarantees were met. And you also exceeded my expectations because, like you said, you guaranteed within 30 days. We got it in within a week. And last but not least, the information works when it comes to the the phrases that you have to use when you're talking with people.
Mhm.
So I would say the program is exceptional. It exceeded my expectations, and we were able to start a lot faster than I thought because that conversation, our initial conversation, was in February, I believe, and we were able to set up the ATM really fast after that. So
Yeah, I think it was like I want to say it was like March, something like that, March, April,
yeah, okay,
roughly.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Nice, man. Cool, cool. So if somebody were, there's so many different other companies out there. There's a lot of different options out there. If somebody were interested in joining an ATM program, maybe not mine, and they were just kind of looking around,
Mhm.
what advice would you give to that person that was trying to search for the right family to jump into?
Okay, so that's a tough one actually. I got to think about that. Well, this I guess this is more so general advice.
Hmm.
Do your research, but
Hmm.
then also be willing to try because research could only get you to like maybe 50%. The other 50% is just trying it.
Yep. Yep, doing your research, just seeing what content is out there, et cetera, et cetera. All right, man. Well, listen, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your experience, brother. Um, I hope that we can help you further your ATM business by helping you scale. And to everybody that's out there, if you guys are interested in learning more about how we could potentially help you, just another shameless plug, go ahead and drop the word ATM in the comment section and we'll have somebody reach out to you. We got my guy Taj. You guys are going to see a lot more of him. You guys can also feel free to hit him up if you have any questions. Just don't spam him, please. But other
Please.
than that, guys, we will see you guys once again live next Wednesday. Appreciate all the support and appreciate those of you who are watching on the replay, or if you're watching live, we will talk to all of you guys soon.